Well, good morning, everybody. This is Paula from the 411 on Manifesting. Don't mind me. I'm driving right now. I'm being safe. I have my eyes on the road. But I'm filming this video the day before that it's going to be released, because I release all my vlogs Monday morning. But I really needed to say something, and it's really been on my heart today. Actually, this entire weekend it's been on my heart, and I didn't want to wait until tomorrow morning to film it because I was a little bit worried that I would forget. So I'm doing it now. I had an amazing weekend. I hope you guys did too, by the way. I spent the day on Saturday with a friend, and a really good friend. We kind of went out into the bush and we grounded. We spent the day outside, did a bunch of foraging. It was absolutely amazing. And today I'm on my way home from Spirit and You. It was their third anniversary of the store being open. It was so much fun. I was fortunate enough to be asked to be a featured vendor there. So of course I was there selling my witchy wares. There was another vendor there, mother and her daughter. They were absolutely wonderful. They do healing services and crystals, and oh, it was so much fun. And of course the store was busy. There was a lot of people there. It was amazing. They had Danielle, I know you're going to be watching this, but they had a Rip lookalike there from Yellowstone. And I'm telling you, if you follow my Witchy Wares page, you will see, because I got a picture with him. It was so much fun. We had such a good time. But what I have to say today, I have to say this to everybody that is watching. And I really need everybody to know this. I need you all to know how much you are loved. I need you all to know how much you are cared about and how much you are valued and what you have to offer to this world. Whether it is through your job, whether it is through your friends, whether it's through your family, you all have something really intense and wonderful and powerful that you offer everybody around you. And I just don't think that there is enough people that get told that. The value that you offer, whether it be a service or whether it be advice or, a listening ear or a partner or an employee, whatever it is that you offer in your life, you are valued, respected, and needed. Even if you don't feel like you are. Some people out there might not be very happy at their job, or they might not feel appreciated or valued, but I can guarantee you, if you weren't at that job, you would be missed, you would be appreciated, your employer probably would have appreciated you more when you're not there. So that's a real big one. When those of us that have businesses and maybe we're just starting out or introducing something new, and we have this big vision for sometimes our visions don't always go the way that we want them to go. It doesn't mean that they won't. It just means that maybe it's not that time yet. So even if you're only reaching a couple of people when you're starting out, you have to remember that you're reaching someone at least, and that value that you're giving to those people that you're reaching is absolutely amazing. I think that timing is everything, intention is everything, and I really feel that not a lot of people place value in what they do because they really aren't shown that value. And we don't have to prove ourselves to anybody. Like, honestly, we don't have to justify what we're doing, as long as it's good, of course. But we really don't have to prove our actions to anybody as far as whatever our healing journey is, as far as getting a new product or business off the ground, or a service that you're offering that you feel is helpful. Everybody does something for a different reason, and it's always appreciated. You might not even see it or hear about it right away. But know that whatever it is that you're doing, you have 100% absolute value to everybody that you are reaching. I had a couple conversations today, and this is kind of what prompted me to do this video while I was driving, because I wanted to remember it and I was scared I would forget it by the time I got home. But I had a conversation with someone who I'd never met before today, and she starts sharing this story with me. And I'm not going to share it because it was a private moment that we shared, but she starts to share this story with me, and I was like, oh my God. The story she shared was from her childhood, and we don't know each other. We're not from the same province. We have no connection whatsoever. But that story that she shared, the exact same thing happened to me. So I was so tuned in to what she had to say. And, I've done some pretty good healing in the last couple years, and especially through this story that she shared with me. I've already done my healing through that. And I was, when she finished her story, I looked at her and I was like, I can't believe it. By the way, I stopped saying I can't believe things because it's there for a reason. She was there for a reason. But I was able to offer her what worked for me, dealing with the exact same thing that she is dealing with right now. Like, how cool is that? When does that ever happen, that a complete stranger comes up to you and shares, a story about something she's going through that happened to her as a child? Someone you've never ever met before, and you've gone through the same thing, and you've got something to offer her. And she spoke about not being heard, not feeling value in herself, and a lot to do with, this trauma that she had as a child. And we had this great, wonderful talk, and I know I left feeling better. She left feeling better. I left feeling so good because it was just so great that I was able to share what worked for me when I went through the exact same thing. It was just bizarre. I'm like, oh my God. And, and I spoke with another friend who is just kind of shut down her life essentially for a couple of months. And I was like, that is so brave. That is just so brave. Sometimes you get to the point where you feel like you've absolutely you've had enough of your job, and you've maybe taken on too much, and you feel like you're letting people down when you can't give 100% to your commitments. I know you know what I'm talking about because we're women and we do this. So I had a great conversation with one of my friends that's just kind of taken a break and is really, really looking after herself so she can show up for herself. And in doing this, she's created her own agenda for what she wants to do going forward with her life. And I just had to sit and listen to this today, and I was like, I was so proud of her. And so it was very loving. It was just a very loving emotion that I had for her that she was doing this. I was like, this is just so great. It was such a great day, and I really wanted to come on today and talk about this, just about everything that you do. I mean, every person that you talk to about what you're doing and changes you're making, the value that you're adding that you don't even know is, honestly, it is so powerful. I feel so empowered and wonderful right now on this drive home, and I just had to come on and talk about that. So I'm on a back road, by the way. There's no traffic. I'm staying off of Highway 16 and taking a nice little country cruise home. So thank you for listening to that. I just remember that everything you have to offer in this life, even though you might not know it at the time, you're just adding value to everybody's life, and you are loved, and you are cared about, and you are talented, and you are appreciated. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, If nobody tells you this week, I love you. Have an absolutely amazing rest of your week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.